Let me wipe this out. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. Okay, I think I should be able to see more of everyone here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hi, everyone. No sound. Y'all cannot hear me? Hey, Miss Abena. You can't hear me on Instagram? Can someone confirm on Instagram? Someone said no sound. Okay, so that fix your phone or whatever it is. So it's Wednesday in Africa. It's audible. Thank you. I'm not sure why. We're out of jail. Can definitely hear me. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, so I guess whoever that was. Hello, Miss Enda Sanctuary. Hi, everyone. How are you? Hello, Miss Sabina. What's going on with you? Let's see. Hi, TikTok family. Shalafiyal, everybody. Wow. Come on in, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Say hello when you come on. Y'all, I missed y'all last week. I ain't gonna lie. No, I didn't miss you enough compared to where I was. I ain't gonna lie either. Not really where I was, but who I was. I needed some time off with my babies. Y'all, I don't know those who have like 4 or 5 kids. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it because it's like if you have 3 of TJ. Hello, Miss Peggy. How are you? Miss Peggy, hello, Willie. You didn't miss enough. I'm telling you, Miss Ellis actually has the best lines. She's got the best lines. She goes, "You didn't miss enough." Thank God for glasses. You didn't miss enough to cancel your trip. No, didn't miss you enough to do that. No, to lie. Ain't gonna lie. But anyway, I'm doing good. Oh, before I forget, shout out to, I'm not sure if she's watching, but Miss Hillary Satchwell. I think that's her name. Miss Hillary Satchwell. When you go on vacation outside the country and somebody sees it like, I know you. Like, no, you don't. This is not me. She goes, no. You're that immigration lawyer. You're the one. I was like, I'll be damned. And so it was good to actually meet someone. I mean, y'all. And that was refreshing and also validating, because when someone outside the country is telling you that I tune in, if I'm not working, I try to, because you have no idea how, and I've told so many of my people to watch you because it helps. It's helpful for us. It gives us a lot of information for those of us who have family members in the United States coming in and all that. We have that basic information from you to be able to come in and navigate. That was so. Shout out to Miss Hillary Satchwell. She knows who she is. I ain't gonna say what she was, but it was just really refreshing. It was refreshing to see that this is just not, just sitting here. This is beyond. It's good. We're coming together in a positive space, but the goal is to get the message out, to get the information out, and that's exactly what's global. And my kids, they were looking at us like, yeah, see, y'all just be playing with your mom, see. Because I'm doing your lunch at home. So a prophet has no one in his own domain. And see, obviously, your role is nice. Like, yeah, if you say so, I do say so. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Most of our kids are probably back in school this week. So, except you're living like New England, up north, but those of us in the South, everybody should be back in school. Like if you're in the South, your kid is not back in school, they need to call family services and check on you. Just saying. But anyway, so if your kid is back in school, We thank God that we commit them in the hands of God, and we speak into their lives. We speak favor and grace and knowledge and wisdom and understanding coming together as parents, because at the end of the day, most of us are parents, most of us are moms, dads. Yeah, he says if you say so. Most of us are dad. Hello, Mr. Allen. Dads and moms and parents generally. And as we send them out in this new school year, we are sending them out in the hands of God with the coverage of the blood of Jesus, with the protection of the Almighty, giving them wisdom, giving them perfect retentive memory, giving them perfect health, that they will always stand out amongst their peers. They will always be the head and never the tail. They will be at the top and never the bottom. That our children will not labor over them in vain. None will take our places in their lives. That those achievements, those celebrations, those accomplishments, those elevations that God has in store for them for many, many decades to come, that our labor over them would not be in vain. As we send them out to start this new school year, new chapter, no one will take our places when it comes time to celebrate our children. We decree and declare all of this in Jesus' name. Hi, everyone. So if you're just coming on, this is Attorney Adibola Olaleye, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. So we get that question every single day. Sister lawyer, Alabama lewa, no, it doesn't matter. If you are, you're looking for immigration services, immigration is federal practice, we can represent you. It doesn't matter what state you live in. So please do not let that be a deterrent to you reaching out and contacting us at 334-341-4475. 334-341-4475, olalayalawfirm.com. And so wherever you live in, New York, New Jersey, Texas, wherever it is, we can represent you in your immigration case. So let's talk immigration. And please subscribe, share, just like I'm saying, Miss Hillary Satchwell, she's not in the United States. She tunes in. This is helpful. She shares with other people. It's helpful to them. So please, this is the reason why we ask you that, Shako, share. You just never know who benefits from this information. And then you give out this information. People will still call the office and like, why don't you offer free consultation? Okay, let's move on. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Olaleye Immigration. That would be very much appreciated. Hello, finest Shandy. I want to yell at today. At today. And birthday loading. My birthday is next week. TJ, when is your birthday? What's today? Oh, TJ's birthday is exactly a week from today. My birthday is exactly a week from tomorrow. August 20, August 21. So can you tell why we're very similar in our mouth and attitude? I'm just glad the kid is not a girl. If TJ came out as a girl, actually. Oh, Lord have mercy. But anyway, once again, 334-341-4475, olalayalawfirm.com. Send us an email to info@olalayalawfirm.com. Let's talk immigration, people. So I'll try to take this because we were out last week. So, and there are some, and let me, Mr. Kovina be one of them, actually sent me an email like, hey, I hate to bother you, but we didn't see you last week. I hope all is well. Y'all, this is just the best, most positive, just, uplifting, optimistic group. And that's why we've got zero tolerance for negativity. When you have a group where, and I'm really, really thinking really hard. It's something that will come up once in a while. And like, you know what? I'm trying to get it time. I really want to create a Facebook group, to turn this that we do Tuesdays and Thursdays into a daily thing in a group where we're able to do and I'm able to come on once every other day, once every week, whatever the case may be, to like do live sessions of just ask questions. I'm trying not to make it a paid thing, but at the same time trying to make it where it's not for it still has the value. So that we have that group continuous outside of Tuesday and Thursday to be able to share and encourage and pray. Obviously, you already know if I'm creating a group, I'm not forcing my religion or my spirituality on anyone. But if I'm doing something that is who I am. There is no me without my creator. There's no me without God. That is my source of strength. So that's going to be part of what we're going to focus and try to talk about. But, Mr. Kovina reaching and like, hey, well, we didn't see you last. Yeah, definitely. We didn't see you last week. Just to have someone just send you an email, not because they want to ask you a question about their case, not just checking on you. That is one of the things I love about this. So it's always therapeutic. It's always refreshing that we come together and share and encourage one another. And we know that even thus far as this month is going, we're trusting and believing God that those favors we're still expecting, we're going to see them. Our joy will know no bounds, and our expectations should not be cut off. All right. So, yes, there's nothing prayer cannot do. Let's talk immigration. What are we talking about tonight? Naturalization and marital union. Naturalization and marital union. Okay. So within 2 days, yesterday I had quite a bit. Today I've had a total of 19 consulting yesterday and today. And this came up as one of the issues that I had with one of the potential clients. Marital union, naturalization and marital union. So if you are filing for naturalization, meaning you're filing for citizenship, you've got to have a basis eligibility ground for which you are going to file, either as a member of the military, as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, or someone who was granted a green card based on VA, or you are filing based on someone who got the green card through employment, or you got divorced and you're waiting to file based on the 5 years. However, sometimes you are, for some people, you are able to file for citizenship after you've had your green card for 3 years based on marital union. Marital union meaning that you are in a valid marriage with a bona fide marriage with a U.S. citizen. You have been a green card holder for at least 3 years. You have been in the marital union with that U.S. citizen for at least 3 years, and that U.S. citizen spouse has been a U.S. citizen for at least those 3 years. So the 3-year thing is no pun intended, is a three times three kind of thing. Green card holder for 3 years, being in the marital union with that citizen for 3 years. For that period of the 3 years, your citizen spouse has been a citizen for 3 years. That's what makes you eligible to file for citizenship based on 3 years as a legal permanent resident. Very, very important. A lot of people always think, I've been married to the citizen, my citizen spouse, for the last 3 years. Your marriage, the length of your marriage has nothing to do with when you qualify for citizenship. The length of your marriage has to do with whether you have been in the marital union with them for 3 years. That's the only relevance. As far as the time frame of eligibility ground for length of marriage has nothing to do with the 3-year requirement for citizenship. So once you meet once you meet those requirements, then you've got to prove, most importantly, that you are in, or you were in, at the time you file your naturalization application, you were in a valid marriage with that U.S. citizen spouse. Basically, the same evidence you would use to show that to prove your good faith marriage when you were trying to get the green card, that basically is the same evidence you would have to produce to be able to show marital union. But I want you to focus more on whether or not you are eligible for the marital union to start with. So naturalization and marital union, are you eligible? What is it? And should you file based on marital union depending on your specific circumstances? This is what an issue a lot of people run into. People say, okay, it's faster. Obviously, if you're not in the military, which is the fastest way to become a citizen once you get your green card, if you have a conditional green card, you don't even have to file a 751. If you join the military, you bypass 751 altogether and file for citizenship. The day, a year into as a green card holder, you file for citizenship, you can bypass 751. A lot of people are not in the military, so the next best thing is filing based on 3 years as a legal permanent resident married to a citizen. And then a lot of people are in marriages that are not working. Something has happened even before you get a green card, but people are hanging on and saying, hey, rather than wait additional 2 years, I'm just going to hang on, get the evidence I want, and then file based on 3 years as a legal permanent resident and being in a marital union with a U.S. citizen for the last 3 years. The issue is, the question is, are you able to prove that you've actually been in marital union with that citizen spouse? If you are no longer living with your spouse, that right there is basically a non-marital union, for lack of a better phrase, unless the living arrangement is not because you're estranged, it's due to something beyond your control or a necessity. An example of a necessity would be you are in school, your spouse, you guys live in one state, you get admission to school in another state, but you are commuting back and forth. So if you're not in class or you're working in another state, and whenever you get a break, you're back home, that does not, the fact that you have to work outside the state of your residence, or you have to go to school outside the state of your residence, does not break the marital union. So that is an exemption. But generally, if you're no longer living with your citizen spouse, you cannot claim marital union. Because what USCIS is doing now is, if you file based on 3 years and they have a reason to believe that something has occurred in your marriage that, or, they sense that something has occurred, or there's a reason, they do an investigation and they see that your address, your registered address, is completely different from your spouse's, you're going to now create a situation where USCIS has to do an investigation and inquire into your marital unionship. And if they see that there's reason to believe that you are not cohabiting with your spouse, not only will they now deny your naturalization application based on you not being able to prove the marital union requirements, you're setting yourself up also for USCIS to now deny your case. In addition to ineligibility for the ground, they're probably going to find that you lack good moral character by trying to misrepresent that you still live in marital union with your spouse. These are so USA is so sensitive. I was going to say something, let me just keep it. But this is what we are seeing. So naturalization and marital union, do you qualify? If you're not living with your spouse, Texas, Alabama, you ain't got no marital union. Just let it be. Just wait another 2 years. Don't complicate things, because not only will you, if they investigate and you're not living with your spouse, not only will they deny your case, if USCIS not makes an allegation that you lack good moral character, then that means that you have to wait another 5-year period. Because keep in mind, if you're filing citizenship based on 3 years as a green card holder in marital union, you have to prove good faith, good moral character for the last 3 years prior to filing. If they make a determination that you were not in marital union with your spouse, and now they make a further determination and conclusion that you misrepresented that you were in marital union, that means that you are going to be found to lack good moral character. And you have to show that you've had good moral character for 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years, depending on your eligibility ground. So if you lose the basis of the 3-year basis, that means you're going to wait another 5 years, build a new good moral character period before you now become eligible to file for citizenship. So yes, absolutely. So it is not something you just want to take lightly. That's the situation one of the people I consulted with yesterday. That's what he has to do now. Because, yeah, that was what happened. And he didn't have an attorney. And he told, the first thing he said, he was, this is like, my first error that I made was not having a lawyer and listening to people who said the street lawyers. Because they were like, unfortunately, sometimes it may work with a lot of people, but there's always going to be that one person that, it just doesn't work for them. And guess what? For that one person, that's a 100% loss that they have to deal with. So before you sit down and listen to the street lawyers, talk to an immigration attorney. sit down and make sure that you actually have enough sufficient evidence to prove a marital union before you file. If there's trouble in your marriage, you guys are estranged, you are being kicked out, you have not lived together for over a year, it doesn't matter whether you're still filing taxes, it doesn't matter whether you visited each other, you took photographs, it doesn't matter whether you have your IDs or driver's licenses have the same address that you had like 2 years ago. If you know that you're not living marital union with your spouse, it is not worth the risk. Just wait the additional 2 years rather than stack an additional 5 years on your record before you now can file for citizenship. So USCIS, yes, somebody says they're sensitive. It is their country. It is their system. It is their agency. They can do whatever it is they wish to do, and they do. So if that's the law, just make sure you qualify for it. If you do not qualify, join the military if you can. If not, wait the additional 2 years and just do get it right the first time, like I always like to say. So real quick, real brief, just wanted to let you guys know. And a lot of people are putting in their citizenship applications because, we have election coming up in less than 3 months. And if you are a citizen and you just became a citizen, there is still time for you to go make sure that you get your voter's registration card. I already got mine. I already have mine anyway, but my oldest son, he's 19 and a half. SJ is going to be voting for the first time in a presidential election this year, God willing. So yes, we're both going to the voting booth to vote in November. You've got to do your part. We already know what we're dealing with. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, that's all she wrote. Okay, let's go to questions. I'll take as many as I possibly can. Let's see. So if you're just joining us, the way it works is please put your questions in the comment section. Please, Shako, I'm begging you. Don't repeat the questions. It makes it a lot faster and easier to just go through. If you repeat a question, I am just going to skip the question altogether. And disclaimer, answers to questions are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. So just so you know. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, thank you. Actually, just rebraided. You can tell when I just rebraided my hair because when I came back, I don't know how I survived in Nigeria. Truth be told, I'm just telling you. Because it was hot. Like the concierge literally, and yes, some people say I'm not high maintenance like that. I have my moments. But they had to find someone to go get me a handheld fan. That's how hot it was. My boys did not think it was that hot because they're like, well, you're always dramatic. That's okay. Where's my charger? Hold on before my I think I've messed up my. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get my light back. But this is about to go off. Okay. I just messed everything up. So, hold on 1 second. It looks dark. Okay, here we go. My voice is like you're just erratic. That's okay. What do you want to do about it? But it was hot. So coming back, I sweat the whole week in my hair. Like one of the first things I gotta wash. I gotta wash my hair. How long is N400 taking to get approved? USCIS.gov/processing times. I will tell you though that we're seeing interviews being scheduled. So there was a case that I filed. I was just talking to the client about it. I think we filed it. I want to say July 8th. Just about 30 days ago, we got the notification today that interview has been scheduled, citizenship. Because if you become a citizen, you can vote in the presidential election. So, But anything else, USCIS.gov/processing times. How much is your consultation? Thank you, Miss Maggie. General information only. Consultation is 30 minutes. And we're going to be doing, and I think that's what we're doing for birthday month. We're going to be doing I think I have to check where my Kyla, who does our post, what date she has. But we're something is coming up for consultation. Either that or we're going to have a giveaway for chapter 46. See, in the US, I'm telling you, there's some things US kids would say. We're in the kitchen yesterday, sending my kid, and when I say my kid, I mean TJ. Like he goes, you don't. He says your hair your hair doesn't, because he's already said that your hair doesn't match your face. You look younger than like gray hair, but it's I call it highlights. I'm like, well, take that, 46, and this kid is gonna say, that means you're not too far away from 50. I don't got that saucy on parents at Niger. Because when someone says something, you don't even know how to respond. Like, yeah, that means you're not too far away from 50. And I'm thinking, we'll go family babe. I'm telling you. I see, even misunderstand, even I was like, we'll go family babe, your father's family, all of them, dead and alive. I want Lombasoro. It's not me. Jesus Christ. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. If you got approved notice of E80 card and I-131, how long does it take to get? That's nothing. I mean, come on, people. Okay, let's see. What if you get married to a non-resident when you have a pending asylum case? Okay, so what's your question? Okay. I got prima facie and EAD for VAW. Can I apply K3 for my child to come to me while I-485 is pending? K3 based on what? K3 based on what? You don't, that's based on what? Thank you, Ms. Mackie. So yes, 30 minutes 30 minutes is 140, not 145. It's 140, 45 minutes, shoot 10, 1 hour 250. Okay, let me go around to y'all. I'm telling you, I miss y'all because it's very therapeutic for me. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? School year starts for us in Minnesota after Labor Day, September 3rd. Really? Okay, so when do you guys get out of school then? Because Alabama, Mississippi, dare I say Louisiana as well. I don't know about Texas, probably. We get out of school about the middle of May. So if they are out of school since the middle of May, they better be back in school by August, because we can't possibly give them almost 4 months to do what? So you in Minnesota, you probably don't get out until sometime in June. Hello, Jane. Thank you. Good to see you, and God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Can a green card holder file for her husband who came to U.S. on a B2 visa about 6 years ago and has overstayed? General information. A green card holder can file an I-130 for a spouse. So, and a lot of people always say, can you file, can I file, can I file? This is what you need to understand. The I-130 petition, a petition is a standalone petition. I-130, I-140, I-360, I-129 petitions are standard. They're not dependent on the green card itself. The question really is, can your spouse now file for a green card based on that petition without having to leave the country? That's what you really want to know. So if someone is married to if you're a green card holder and you want to file for your husband, You can't file the I-130. That's not going to stop you because that's a standalone petition, just the same way you can file for someone who's not in the country and file an I-130. The question is, will they be able to apply for a green card based on the approval of that I-130, given that intended immigrant's specific circumstances? And in this case, if your husband has overstayed, then they will not be able to get a green card in the country, because there's no exemption for spouses of green card holders. The I-130 can be approved, but what you can do is go ahead and file it. And then when you become a citizen, your husband now becomes exempt from the lawful presence and now will become eligible to apply for citizenship. I hope that helps. Hello, Mr. Kobina. How are you? Thank you for checking on me yesterday. I appreciate that. Hello, Mr. Tuola. And oh, by the way, yes, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pacific, and anywhere else, I don't know. Y'all gonna figure that out. So please share and share. You know, you just never know. Share the broadcast. Yes. What does it mean to be given prima facie for the fourth time on a valid case? It doesn't mean anything. It just means your case is still pending. That they haven't made. Oh my goodness, she is on. I was just talking. If you're on YouTube, Miss Hillary is on. I was just talking about Miss Hillary Satchwell. See, y'all. See, that's why it's always good not to lie. And so I'm sure you were wondering, Miss Hillary, why I took her name tag. I was like, I have to give you a shout out when I get back to the States. But that was just really, really warm. It was refreshing. It was validating is the word that I keep using. To know that you're not just touching people just immediately. You just don't know how far out this little gathering that we do makes a difference. So thank you for coming down, Miss Hillary. And it was great to meet you. And we had a wonderful time. Yes, we did. And hope to see you again soon. Got out of school first week in June. Okay. So this is our first full week of school. So yeah, about the same time, because we had like the 2-week start before you did. Okay. Good evening, Miss Valerie. Can I file for VAW after just 5 months of staying in an abusive marriage? Yes. I've had cases approved. There's a case that we got approved earlier this year in April. His marriage was a total of, from when he got married to when he started the divorce, it was 6 months period. And his case was approved, no RFE, thank you, Jesus. As long as you have the evidence. Keeping in mind that the time you live together with the abusive spouse also counts towards your shared residency requirements. Great to, I'm going to have to put this on so y'all can see that I'm in. Miss Hillary said, great to meet you too. And I'm glad you enjoyed. It was a pleasure. It was. You gave me a welcome. It was just very refreshing. It was very refreshing, and just knowing that even how did you even recognize? Probably my hair. Because whenever, y'all, this is work face. Like people are saying, you look the same. Like, I'm supposed to look the same. It's just that I don't have. But I don't know. She was like, that's the lady. Just like that now. Keep up the good one. Thank you. It was great to meet you as well. But yes, so it doesn't matter. You filing for VAW, it doesn't depend on how long you've been married. It just depends on if you're able to meet all the requirements. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? You're welcome, Miss Hillary. My regards to everybody. We're good. How are you guys doing in Tuscaloosa there? I think so. Miss exactly like it's like I said to you the other, like, I need to look for another hairstyle. He goes, no. I'm like, it's on your head. He goes, no. This is your look. It's like my kid is, because obviously my boys have natural hair, so we're a natural hair household. He goes, no, that's like that's like someone who has, dreadlocks. That's your look. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But anyway. What would be the outcome for someone who got to the U.S. less than a year and was wrongly accused of assault and fingerprint that really affect her when she wants to start her papers? I can tell you what the outcome is in the sense of what the criminal case, but it would depend on what the level of assault is. Each state has their own category of crimes: misdemeanor, felony. I do criminal defense in Alabama, and our criminal code is it's different from a lot of states. And based on and then it was also, so it will depend on what category, what classification that crime is, and what classification it is under the federal penal code as well, to now determine whether it is a crime involving moral turpitude or an aggravated felony that may not have an effect on your immigration case. So the best thing you can do, Ajibola, is to get you an attorney that is well versed in criminal defense as well as immigration, or a combination of both. Let's see. Been a while. I came here. Good to see you. Thank you, Ajibola. Thank you for coming back. It's Wednesday in Africa. Okay. We're out of jail, y'all. So my girls are something else. Let's see. Someone is joining. Are you saying you're joining in from Rwanda, or are you coming into Rwanda? I'm not really sure. Welcome everyone to the most positive immigration space on social media platforms, safest space to celebrate wins and ask questions about new policies on immigration. Where's the lie? Okay. Do you help with getting Nigerian citizenship? No. How do you get Nigerian besides being born there or having a parent? But no, that's no one's ever asked me that question. That's what I'm looking like. That like, I don't listen. I can't even get my own Nigerian passport. Like Camry's just, yeah. Hello, I am Busalami. How are you? Can someone who was denied based on marriage, can he apply again through employment? If you have an employer willing to sponsor you, or you qualify for a self petition like an NIW case, and you're eligible for adjustment of status, as long as the denial of the marriage case was not related to a 204C. If it was a 204C marriage fraud allegation or conclusion, it will affect even an employment-based petition. So if it wasn't that, then you can always refile. And you're qualified to adjust status, then you can always refile. Legal babies don't send anybody. No, we don't. What you see is what you get. But the thing about Leo babies, they were some of the, if not the most compassionate people you ever met. You can ask anybody who knows me. Hello, Miss Tina. You can ask anyone. I'm very direct. I don't know how to sugarcoat anything. And that's my kid. She was born the day before myself. Whatever last time we went on for dinner with their dad, because we try to do that once, every whatever, as a family and all that. He said something, and I was like, "Where in God's name did this kid get his mouth?" All three of them looked at me. All three, including the older one that doesn't talk. All of them looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, yeah. So there's your answer. We're very, very direct, but we're some of the, if not the most compassionate people. Like I'm the kind of person that you wouldn't know, but I can cry over commercials. Like, but then again, I can speak like that, like, "Hey, auntie, I'm taking in." Like, what? Let's see. Miss Sanctuary, I'm going to need your help with that group. It's been something I've been thinking about, and it would come on strong from time to time. It's like, you know, God laying something in your heart to just say, create a space for people to come and be safe. But you can, and that's the thing. I can guarantee you that there's not going to be, everyone is going to feel safe. My dad used to say something that it's not, the problem is not you asking a stupid question. The problem is what is stupid is you thinking you know it and are not asking the question. Then you're going to really find out whether you're stupid or not. You know that I can't remember how you used to put it. The point I'm making is to create a space where people don't think that the questions they're asking or the issues they have are insignificant, or they're going to be shut down, because you just never know what you're going to, what people are going through, and how just a simple answer to question can be very. I had my last consultation today was with Miss Elizabeth, and I mean, I think I told her, like, we're about to start a church, but your souls agree in faith, it's powerful. And someone who felt like she didn't have anyone to listen, and at the brink of tears, and just being able to talk about and feel safe, there's nothing like it. So that's what I'm hoping that we can create. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. Because we're still on the hunt for that right person. And y'all don't be applying to my brother because he's a citizen now. But if you're in serious, don't just leave him alone, because he's been through a whole lot. So just saying. So that's what I'm trying to see to create. Brown skin is so beautiful. Thank you. Black is beautiful. Hello, Ms. Burton. How are you? God will never forsake any of us. Amen. Amen. This glass is giving vacation. What if someone is being abused while on the conditional green card? Then you can file for your 10-year green card based on extreme cruelty without the requirement of filing with your spouse. And you can actually file a self petition I-751 at any time, like literally the next day or the same day you get your 2-year green card, you can file your 751. Hello, Mr. Chinadu. How are you? Thank you. My friend, Bosolami. My friend, okay. Your friend. All right. My friend is married to a citizen and is separated because of abuse. They have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. She wants to file for naturalization, and I already gave her your info to consult with me. Okay, I will wait for your friend. If that friend turns out to be you, I will obviously will not come back and say, but I'll say it to your face if that's your friend. If your friend is you. Well, thank you for the referral. I just shared on my WhatsApp. Please share guests. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Thank you. Appreciate that. In order to file for N400, does immigration deduct the number of days you stayed outside of the U.S. to determine the time to apply for citizenship? It's not like they deduct it. The main thing is as long as you have physical presence, you've met the requirement, and continuous residency. The whole point of putting together, and the main thing is not having a trip that was more than 6 months. Because so that part of asking you, how many trips you're taking is to see whether or not you have a break in continuous residency requirements. So you've met the physical presence, but what about the continuous residency? If there's a break of a 6-month period or more, or even sometimes less than 6 months, but there was so many trips in a year or a specific period, that could also break your continuous residency. So it could even be just one trip outside the United States or two, for one is 4 months, one is 5 months. That could also raise red flags as far as a break in continuous residency. So it's not like they deducted, it's just being able to see whether there's been a break in the required continuous residency period. I hope that answers your question. Okay. TJ Savage. See, be very official. She goes, I'm only 39. My son says I'm old. I told him his father's family is old. Yeah, that's what I do now. That's what I do. When we went to dinner that when he says whatever he said, because TJ has something. He's got something in the way for me. What I said, like family, baby. I'm not married to your family. That's not anymore. Okay. And then if you don't like it, that's your business too. You don't bring your judgment. That's what I say. So his dad was like, family. Your family, all of you, living and dead, all of you all together. So that's what I do now. But it's like, what does, and then he was like, what does dad's family have to do? Exactly the point. Keep saying it, and they're the ones you're talking about. Couldn't look at me and see well, I'm not even 46 years. Gonna tell me I'm not too far from 50. Those are fighting words. So if we're going to fight, we're going to send it back to your father's family. My daughter's teachers know all my business. I'm telling you, American kids in Nigeria or Africa or in the Caribbean, you dare not. Parents do not. They talk in front of you in Africa or in the Caribbean, but God help you to go tell anybody in school about your family business. It was an unspoken rule. Here, it's like you are the topic of the conversation in their group. It's like, yeah. So if you don't want them to say anything about you, don't say it for them to hear. Nothing is filtered. No. And you can't even, if you whoop them too much, they call family services on you. Oh, Florida, are you going to school yesterday? Yes. Okay. Texas, yes. Okay. See, most schools are back. Only those in Minnesota, like Ms. Gear. Well, my niece and nephews are not starting till after Labor Day in Massachusetts as well. It's 3 a.m. in Nigeria. Okay. Miss Hillary, there's everyone saying hello on Instagram. How long after that complete package can I expect to receive a green card? How long after that complete package? Oh, MTV0. Thank you for the other day. Appreciate that. But I'm not sure I understand your question. What do you mean? How long after complete that package? Because that generally takes about, right now it's averaging 40 months on their website for the VA petition to be adjudicated, not the whole VA and green card, just the I-360 petition, and then it's transferred to the National Benefits Center to decide whether they're going to schedule an interview or they're just going to send you an RFP for whatever may be missing. So I'm not really sure what you're asking. How long after the complete packet can you expect to receive a green card? What's the probability of approval of an I-130 to a permanent resident spouse? I can speculate as to what on a case that I don't even know anything about. Every I-130 approval is based on your evidence. My I-45 was denied, and I was told my EAD would no longer be valid because no one showed up for my interview. I didn't show up because I already filed VAR. That did not affect my VAR process. The I-45 denial will not affect your VAR process, but what you need to do is, I'm assuming that you did not request to transfer the 45 to your VAR case. So you just let that go. If that's the case, then you're going to need to file a new 45 and then file a new green work permit alongside with it, and you should be fine. The VAR petition, just like the question earlier on about filing for a green for a spouse's green card holder, the VAR I-360 is a standalone petition. Is not dependent on an I-45. It stands by itself. And to give you another perspective, you can actually just file a VAR petition without even filing a green card application. Once the VAR petition is approved, you get a C-31 EAD issued to you and deferred action notice, which means they can put you in removal proceedings. And you can actually keep renewing that deferred action for as long as you want, and that means as long as that is valid, they can't put you in removal proceedings. You just can't leave the country. So that is how dependent the I-360 petition is But then being able to get a work permit while that is pending is where you now have to file an I-485. Keep wondering how she got the idea of behest. I'm telling you, I'm wondering. It was just happenstance. Okay, in Texas, everybody goes to school tomorrow. Okay, this week. Okay, basically, yeah. Miss Tina, I hope everyone is fine. I'm going to send you an email because there's a concern I have. I'll send you an email. If not, if you just send me an email reminder, there's something I want to. There's someone that you referred to me that I want to find out something about. That I don't know if you can help me with that. Okay. So the EAD, even though it may not have expired, unless your employer has a reason to ask you or to verify something. I don't know. Some employers will do that verification every year, regardless of whether you've given them an EAD. It will just depend on if they have a reason to ask you for that. But technically, if the I-485 has been denied, then you really cannot. Technically, that work permit, albeit still valid, you can't really work with it anymore. But do people use that? So, can someone still in marriage with spouse no longer present put in citizenship? Correct. That's exactly what we talked about this evening. And short answer to that is no. So this video will be very helpful to you. And we're still celebrating Miss Ellen's sanctuary. She's gotten her green card. What? Almost 2 weeks now, right? Not even 2 weeks that she has a green card. Have you slept? I don't think she's even slept because she was going to put it under her pillow and just leave it there. I think in addition to being eligible to file for N400 under 3-year rules, applicants must also meet with the continuous residence and physical. Exactly. Absolutely, Mr. Kelvin. So that's where, they're not saying you can't travel. So there's not a deduction. They just want to make sure that you can meet the physical presence requirement, but you may not meet the continuous residency, and based on too many trips you've taken outside the country. I hope that makes sense. But you're absolutely right, Mr. Kelvin. My I-485 was denied this evening, but they didn't say anything about I-130 yet. It's based on marriage. They said that I'm eligible. You mean to say you're not eligible? I don't understand. My husband is U.S. citizen. So, Falia, you may, if you don't have a lawyer in your case, you may want to consult with one, or if your husband created an account where you can access the I-130 itself, if the 45 is denied, your denial will tell you why it was denied. And if the denial notice says it was denied based on the fact that we denied the visa petition that was filed on your behalf, that indicates that that was denied based on the I-130 being denied. So what does it say, Falia? We'll help you out now. Does it say that our records show that on yada yada yada, the visa petition that was filed on your behalf was denied? Is that what it says in your I-485 denial? Is it advisable to file EB-1A while undergoing F-1 reinstatement? I would say be done with the reinstatement first, get that status back, and then file, unless you have not been out of status for more than 180 days. But I would say, to be on the safe side, for everyone to finish the reinstatement first before you start the self-petition. Just bought our first house and have a little boy due. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? That is amazing news. When are y'all coming to see me? You've been saying, but now you can't even, because what, October is what? Oh, just in 2 months? Oh, bless your heart. Congratulations. We're, this is why I love this space. We're rejoicing with you. We thank God for his blessings. Just when knowing your husband is here, it was quite a journey, but thank you for coming on. And that's one of the things, Ghanaian wife will come on, and she was able to, and she said, being encouraged, knowing that there's so many people also waiting to be reunited with their spouses, and now they have their first home. Now they're having their first child, and he's a boy, boy mom right here, which ready for anything. So congratulations. Don't worry. Don't be in a hurry, because you deserve the very best. You've been through too much. I need to matchmake my brother. It was Mr. Kelvin. So y'all need to send your resumes for matchmaking to me, because he probably would not get anybody, because I would disqualify everyone. Let's see. What's going on? What are you guys talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What did I miss? Oh, yes, 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 yes. You did. You did. Okay, okay. I am Busolami. Because everybody's always saying friends. You actually did. Not too long ago, about the approval of your vow and 485. Absolutely. Thank you for the referral. I appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted. Thank you. Okay, I have approved. I sent a complete package. How long should I wait for my? Okay, so if your when was your vow approved? If your vow was approved not too long ago, even though you sent a complete package and said you filed it concurrently, the 485 is just really buying time and being able to file for the work permit, but it's not being adjudicated. It cannot be adjudicated until they're done with the VAW petition. So once the VAW petition has now been approved in your case, then USCI starts working on your I-485. And if it's still within the normal processing time, then that's what it's going to be. So there isn't any set time, but I always tell my clients to just give yourself at least a year for the green card part to be finalized. And that's what I told Mr. Sanctuary too. I think we got the VAW approval, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember now, but I think I told her, just let's give it a year. So I think all the first RFE for the medical was sometime December, if I'm not, maybe it's been quite a while, but it was still under a year. If they need RFE for divorce decree that happened 16 years ago in Africa, do I need a new divorce or get the divorce decree of the 16 years ago? If they send you an RFE for divorce decree for 16 years ago, that's what they need. The one that happened 16 years ago. You can do a new divorce here now and pass it over as the divorce that you did 16 years ago. That means you're just getting divorced from that person. Now you can't do that. You can, but you cannot submit that as proof of legal termination of marriage as of that time. I'm hoping that makes sense, Ms. Geraldine. Yeah, congratulations, MTB05, on the approval of your VAR case. Just last month. Look at God. Look at God. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Hello, Epic Movements, and happy birthday in advance. Happy Epic Movements' birthday is also August 21st. Happy birthday in advance. Next week, Wednesday, yes. What are we doing? Do you work on RFPs for NIW? I used to, but I don't, because I'm getting RFPs myself too. Something is going on with USCIs and NIWs this year. I've put a pause on even taking, because I've got quite a bit that we have to get out. And so, and like, you should come in. And a lot of us, we do business immigration, and we have a group on Facebook bouncing ideas, on each other's, like, what the heck is going on with USCIs? Like, yeah. So right now, I'm not even taking any RFPs for NIWs. Mr. Kelvin, my U.S. passport and card came in the mail 2 weeks ago. Thank you for the good work. You have no idea. Mr. Kelvin, do you remember when we first met? You had a lot of doubt, though. I don't think you doubted me. You had a lot of doubt as far as whether it was possible to actually get through to citizenship without her. And, and he was like, okay, let's just do it. And here we are, not of any power of my own, but because of God's grace. So I rejoice with you. And now you've got the blue passport. I'm telling you, that thing it's going to be 10 years, September 19, I believe, that I became a U.S. citizen. It's September 19, 2014. It's going to be 10 years next month. It is still, every single time I hold that passport, I still am in awe of God's goodness, even a decade later. So it's a great feeling. It was under my pillow till this morning. I went to update my Social Security card to remove the valid for work. I'm telling you, life gets better, and everybody's going to experience that life-changing favor of God. It's just a matter of time. Congratulations to my Ghana family. Yeah. Ghanaian wife, yes, we rejoice with you. Well, we have to give Ghanaian wife, we have to give him a Nigerian name, though. We have to give a bit more. Can a spouse who is a green card holder file for a spouse who is under a 10-year ban? The I-130 can be filed. That's not the issue. The issue, like I keep saying, the issue is not about the petition. The issue is, can the green card, can the person adjust status? Can they get a green card, or do they have inadmissibility grounds? So the best thing you can do is to talk to a lawyer. Let me see what else we can rush through. You're welcome. Welcome, Ms. Geraldine. Let's see. Okay. All righty. Let's see. My brother is married about 4 years. He got his 10 years green card about 3 months ago. He never had the 2 years green card. Can he apply for citizenship now? Or he has to wait 3 years? It's not about how long you've been married. Your marriage, the length of your marriage has zero relevance to when you can get your green card. You have to be a green card holder for at least 3 years. That's where your marriage comes into play. If you're still married to that person and the person is a citizen and you're still married union for 3 years before filing, then you can file after 3 years. The controlling time frame is when you became a green card holder, not when you got married. Can someone apply for fiancé visa for their partner even if they've never met? Generally, no, unless you fall within an exemption, or maybe it's a cultural or traditional thing not to meet in person, or some kind of extenuating circumstance like health issues or whatever that prevents you from meeting. But other than that, you have to meet at least once within 2 years before filing. As a green card holder, I filed an I-130 to bring my husband to the U.S. After 3 months of living together, he left once he got his green card. Sorry to hear that. Can he marry another person with his green card? He can marry. Can he file for them? Generally, no, unless he's able to show that his marriage to you was not just for the green card. It was in good faith. In addition to showing that the marriage to his new person, if he gets remarried, is also in good faith. So, unfortunately, unless as much as he's got the green card. Is there a way to report this? USC has to revoke his green card. See, that's where you lose me, because I don't do that. I'm not saying to trivialize anything that you're saying that you've experienced, but I'm on the side of getting the green card for the person, not taking it back. So, but all the best. I received intent of denial because USCIS. So, what's your question? can this situation affect my ability to apply for U.S. citizenship, especially if it's considered fraud? I don't think so, unless the USCIS would have to prove that you colluded with him, about. So as long as you didn't do anything like that, you should be fine. But anyway, so we will try to probably on Thursday we'll do questions, so that let's see. What's going on with that? But we'll try to do that. Okay, that's what's going on TikTok. But hold on 1 second, people. What's this crazy thing that asking TikTok to do? All right, so it is great to be back, for real. Great to come together and talk about all things immigration as well as all things faith. Whether you be a Christian or Muslim, we're serving the same God and having the same unity. And we're going to see many breakthroughs and favors and testimonies this month. It is a blessed month. It's the 8th month. It's a month of favor, a month of overflowing grace. That there's no one that God has forgotten, and there's nothing that He starts that He cannot finish. That's my motto in life. There is absolutely nothing that God starts that He cannot finish, and there's no journey that He's going to take us on that He will not help us to fight the battles on the way. The Bible does not promise us. There's no way in the Bible that says we would not have difficulties. The promise is that He would take care of us and we would hold our peace. That's the biggest defense, ultimate defense we can have. And so it may look like everybody around you is getting ahead. People are getting their green cards approved in 2 months without interviews, with interview all around. That's okay. It is okay. It's okay in the sense of that's fine. What you need to do in situations like that is to rejoice with them. Rejoice with them in their time of celebration. Because by doing that, and that's one thing I've learned in life, as I rejoice with you and celebrate with you, I am sowing into my life and building that abundance of blessings and celebrations that I know God is going to bring my way. And so have the mind to celebrate with other people so that when it's your time, God will raise even your enemies to celebrate with you. By the time He elevates you and makes your enemies to celebrate you, then you know that you have the ultimate defender, and there's the way God will set you apart and elevate you and make you untouchable to the point of the people who thought they were going to bring you down will turn around and be your stepping stone to build you up. This whole journey of coming to a foreign land and starting afresh and starting from scratch, it's not for the faint of heart, but there is none of us that God has brought here to fail. It's just a matter of time. We all will celebrate one another. And so the one that I was telling another client, I think a week ago, like, do me a favor, don't give up. That's all I ask you. Don't give up. Even though sometimes it looks like, what is the point? Don't give up. Keep going. Because if God has not given up on me, if God has not, and I'm glad you're hearing this, if He hasn't given up on you, why would you give up on yourself? Why would you let the devil win? Why would you come thus far to say, I'm done? We're not done. And God is the one writing the story. And if the story has not ended the way that His word says it will, then it's not done. Just keep going. And we pray that He continues to give us the strength each and every day to keep going until we're able to get to the final destination. Our journeys are different. The goals may be the same, but our paths to get to that goal are going to be different. Don't compare your journey to someone else's because He didn't write your story like your neighbors. Just believe that He has written it the best way He can, and the way only Him, your creator, my creator, can. And just trust Him. Don't give up.